back to a brand new podcast with myself and...
The one and only. The Master Apprentice.
the Master of Disaster. Yeah. Fionn. So, the topic today, we've discussed this for weeks. We've discussed it. So, it's not giving a crap or shit about what other people think. Yeah.
To put it to the perfect point, I'd say.
Yeah, and I was gonna change the title. We were gonna call it all different things, weren't we? We're gonna kind of say, oh, you know, not caring what people think, or not saying this and not saying that. And I think it's quite nice because I was training a client last night. Yeah. And I was just talking to her about it, and it's quite interesting how people worry sometimes about what other people think. And I 100% used to worry when I first started off, and now I'm happily sit here doing this. And it wouldn't bother me at all. No. Because I know it's for the greater purpose.
I think the reason why people worry about things like this is because they've got no reason to be doing it. So the reason that they start doing things like this is to impress others or to make a point that they're doing it. And that, on the flip side, can be negative because if people don't care about the fact that they're doing something different, then the whole point in doing it was there wasn't one in the first place. So they want people to care, but the fact that people don't care then causes the problem.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
bit of a maze to get.
Yeah, it's a maze, definitely. Yeah, but I think to myself, it's like if you look at people that end up going to, say they start fitness, right, and they want to start their fitness journey, and all of a sudden so they go on their fitness journey, and they might get some comments. All right, and they might get some comments about going, oh, why such and such doing this, or what they look like in that outfit they're wearing at the gym. Yeah. And my thing is, you should never care what people think, but it's all right saying don't care what people think, because deep down you do care what people think. Everyone cares what people think. So if anyone goes, I really don't care what people think about me, it would be stupid. Because, for example, if I suddenly put this show up, I'm talking on it, right, and then I've got a load of people going, commenting below and saying, he's a massive knob, right? Yeah. Even though it might be true, yeah, it's still gonna hurt, isn't it? Like when people say it. And for anyone to go, that doesn't even bother me, it does bother you. You'd have to be non-emotional and bulletproof for it not to bother you.
I think when people have that whole persona of being like, oh yeah, I'm not bothered, or you know, it didn't affect me, or you know, I really couldn't care. Yeah. That's the flip side. That's when they do actually, but they're trying to make it out as if they don't. They're, you know, putting on like a kind of hardy act, isn't it? And that's when people care the most.
Yeah, and I think everyone cares. Yeah. And I think everyone, no one likes negative feedback about them. No. So if I put anything out and I get negative feedback, I'm not going to say I don't care. Well, I probably would say that in public. Yeah. However, deep down, I probably would care. But I think over time, you just realise that there's always going to be a hater. And there's always going to be...
Well, your family's huge, mate.
But there's always going to be like a hater or someone who has a negative comment, or there's always going to be an opposing force. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like with superheroes, you always get a superhero and a villain, don't you? And no matter what you do, and I think the thing is, what happens is, if you put more stuff out there, you've got to expect you're going to get more stuff back. So if you're silent and you go through it and you're literally like, you know, go under the radar, you might get the odd one or two comments. Yeah. But if you're going to put a lot of stuff out there and you're going to be out there, you've got to expect you're going to get something negative. Yeah. Of course. Because you're not going to not everyone's going to like your stuff.
Well, you open a wider range of acceptance and non-acceptance, I suppose. You're the bigger audience you have with whatever you're doing, you're obviously going to invite more opportunity to have gratification towards you, and then for people to oppose you. Yeah, completely.
Exactly.
It's just maths when you look at, or it's just, you know, it's just common knowledge, I suppose, when you look at it. People need to realise that that's the situation. You can't expect to go unscathed when you try and scale whatever you're doing. Yeah. Yeah. You're
always going to get people, no matter, even if you knew what you were doing was 100% right, as we do, right, you're always going to get some people who go, I don't agree with your methods. Yeah. And the thing is, the method works, right? And it works hell of a well. Then, and I know it's the best method out there, but the thing is, there's always going to be someone going, I don't agree with that, do this instead. Yeah. And that's nothing good in the world.
That's just their opinion there at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
But to let their opinion, even when you know you're right, affect you, is where that's where you want to be moving away from, isn't it?
Yeah, because their opinion doesn't matter when it comes to us. No, I'm joking. But
we're like Cobra Kai.
yeah. When it comes to like, so for example, in terms of health and fitness, I think a lot of people suddenly worry about what other people might think about them.
Yeah.
So for example, if they want to say, you get a lot of people doing Garmin, they call them the Garmin wankers, don't they? And they suddenly put their watch up and they put their times up. They've done like 5K,
or like Strava or something.
10K, yeah, Strava, yeah. And it's always like, they put the times up, and then someone then like insults them for putting it up. But that person that insults them putting it up puts up about 50,000 negative posts every single day.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if someone wants to like, get satisfaction out of posting their 5K time or their 10K time, let them do it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Exactly, that's the thing.
There's an unfollow button.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's not like you can reduce notifications, you can unsee certain posts. But why would you want to, have a go at the person who's kind of trying to promote themselves and being a healthier, fitter person?
Yeah.
I don't get it. And I think the only reason they've done it is because they're annoyed they didn't do the 5K time.
Exactly. It's jealousy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing is that that Cobra Kai that we were talking about is a series on Netflix. Yeah. It's actually quite relatable when you talk about it, because one of the principles they were saying in one of the teams or whatever is that nowadays kids, or not even kids, you get adults who do it as well nowadays, are just sat behind a screen bullying people.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it used to be, if you wanted to say something to someone, it's in their face.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's it, that's the point that you make. Whereas now, it's too easy, it's too accessible to put someone down. And actually, I don't want to say that you're kind of a pussy if you do that nowadays.
You are, yeah. Keyboard warrior, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're kind of you're not getting anything out of just sitting and typing to someone on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. It's kind of like it's kind of wussy behaviour, if you like.
I feel more sorry for the person writing the thing.
Yeah, because there's clearly something going
on with them. Yeah. But what I'd say is, if you relate it to yourself, if you're on a journey of some sort, and it doesn't have to necessarily be fitness. I mean, obviously we want it to be health and fitness. Really, if you're watching this or you're listening to this, it would be health and fitness. But if you do get a negative comment, you get a friend that maybe you lose a load of weight and then your friend tells you you're too skinny, or or you don't look healthy, or blah blah. Don't get disheartened by that, because every single person gets negative feedback, and there's always going to be a positive feedback, and there's always going to be people promoting you and singing your praises, and there's always going to be the odd people that always give you a negative comment or try and put you down or try and pull you down to their level. Mm-hmm. So it's not as simple as just saying just ignore it, because sometimes you can't ignore it. That could be a really good friend of yours. It could be one of your best mates, couldn't it? It could be your partner. It could be a family member. So it's all well and good saying, I'll just ignore them. But if you live with your partner 24/7, it's hard to just ignore them.
Of course.
It'll be a very quiet world, wouldn't it? So what I would say is you actually need to reassess whether those people are actually benefiting you in a way. And I would never say you should cut people out, because everyone goes, cut out negativity.
Yeah, we talk about this quite a lot, don't we?
Yeah, and I don't think you should cut out people like that. I just think you should be more careful of people you spend your time
in the first place.
You've got it, and also understand that person probably maybe not support you on your journey, but maybe they may be a friend in other ways. But that you're not to spend or maybe to talk too much around that person, because you don't want that energy taking you down. You see,
it's kind of like keeping your circle small, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not having, because like correlation to what we were saying before, the circle is, keeping your circle small. It allowed you to find the value in the people that are close to you, and then obviously there's going to be your bigger circles, the people that you still love and cherish, but some of these people might not be positively impacting the life that you want them to. But there's no point in cutting them out, because they're still a friend, they still have value, all that kind of stuff to you. So, like you say, don't cut people out. Just kind of choose. It's kind of what your parents said to you: choose your friends wisely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also just realise that sometimes there's always going to be the negative people, and there's always going to be haters going to hate, aren't they? Basically, but it doesn't mean you have to ignore that person completely. You just realise that that's kind of the person they are, and that's not going to change. And sometimes you can't change those kind of people.
No.
And if you're on your journey and you're doing well and you're in your lane, and don't let that person knock you off your course, And as long as the most important things is you're looking after your health, you're looking after your happiness, and that journey you're taking is taking you into a better step upwards, then you shouldn't let one comment or a couple of comments dictate.
Put you down.
Yeah, put you down.
Yeah.
And for us to say don't listen to it would be rubbish because everyone listens to negative feedback.
You can't not listen to it, can you? Because it's there.
Yeah, and anyone who says they don't listen to it is lying.
Yeah.
Right? Because no one is going to enjoy negative comments.
Yeah.
But it's understanding about protecting your energy, being around people that support you, encourage you. But again, on the flip side of that, right? If everyone's saying you're the best, you're really good, you know, this kind of thing, I think that's too much the other way.
Well, yeah, you kind of believe the fact that you're elite. Yeah, I think what they were saying is like in football games, as a podcast I was listening to, in football games, a team needs to get beaten to realise what they did wrong. Or a rugby team, or, you know, someone's not getting the goal that they want because they haven't done something right. And if you don't have that bit of negativity, you're never going to realise what was wrong. So if you don't realise what was wrong, you're never going to progress because you can't fix that thing.
Yeah.
So the negative comments, it's not nice to hear and stuff like that, but maybe on the flip side, maybe not listen to all of them, but have a look at them, skim over and think, actually, is that a valid point into something that I'm doing wrong? So you use that as kind of energy, as motivation to flip it and get better.
Do you know what though? Like you said, like I sometimes use it things, for example, when I first started off doing live videos, podcasts, you used to get always people taking the piss at you. Your mates used to take the piss at you. Give you a bad
100%.
And now it's just become a part of like what I do.
Yeah.
So people just, God, if
just
people
get used to it, isn't it?
Exactly. Like you just always get people all the time messaging you, commenting back, replying to your stuff, taking the piss. But the thing is,
it's just
a lot of it was
it's
funny.
just a little negative. It's just a little something that you don't need, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you don't need it, like.
But it depends where it comes from because, like, one of my best mates, Jonesy, like he'll do it and he'll do it in the nicest like way. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But if you had another person do it, another person would do it, and that might be
horrid.
Yeah. So it's kind of coming back to it. So takeaway points from today are: you're always going to get people saying negative things, and you're always going to get people kind of trying to put you down. And sometimes, if you're on your own journey, you're on your fat loss journey, and you're getting in great shape, and your partner or your friend circle may not be into that, so they may not go to the gym, right? Yeah,
they may not.
They may not go to a personal trainer, or they may not improve their diet. They may not see doing 10,000 steps and getting outdoor exposure. You know, all those kind of things as being a thing. They may be the kind of people that go and get pissed up every Friday, Saturday night, and then you'll see them in spoons on Sunday morning and full English breakfast. You know what I mean? And then the Chinese on a Sunday, and that might actually annoy them. The fact that you end up walking around with a spring in your step, feeling good about yourself.
100%.
And you need to expect that, and that's the thing. And what I would say is, what you need to sit down and ask yourself is sometimes is, it's your identity. Do you want to be identified as a person who goes out Friday, Saturday night, gets absolutely battered, right? Feels terrible and eats crap food all day. You know, it's moody,
still
grumpy.
hanging until Wednesday.
Yeah, low energy, low mood, you know what I mean? Or do you want to be known as a person who has a bit of a spring in their step, has some energy, feels good, positive?
Always bring the vibe up, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what you've got to kind of ask yourself. Do you want to wake out of bed and crawl out of bed, dreading the day, or do you want to do a little mini somersault out of bed, right?
Be ahead of the game.
Yeah, ahead of the game and feel good and wake up and go, right, I feel good today. Yeah. You know? And I'm not going to say every day's going to feel good. Like today's been a bloody good day for me this morning. I got up, felt really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yesterday, right, not going to lie, felt a bit tired, didn't really want to do a morning routine.
Yeah.
Did it still had a good day, but it wasn't as like that as it was today. And tomorrow's a different day, isn't it?
Exactly, you're never going to get the same thing. It's always a new day, that's what you've got to look at it as. And that new day, in relation to what we're saying, might bring the negative or the positive comments, but if you're set on what you're doing, I think you're on the way to succeeding in it. I think you've got a clear vision in mind.
Yeah. Which
because you told me about meditating and stuff like that, and every morning I just sit in my. It doesn't even have to be. So I think we said it on last week's podcast, but just sit down for a couple of minutes and just kind of think to yourself, you know, like you said to me, you every morning say, oh, you know, I'm the best trainer.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all this kind of stuff, and just giving yourself a positive affirmation. And that's what's in this 6 minutes diary that I got. And basically what it's just saying is every morning you should just give a good positive comment about yourself, you know, and tell something good about yourself, because you deserve to be up, I suppose, isn't it? You deserve to be feeling good about yourself as soon as the day starts.
I've got people we train and they've got like, you know, low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And you're like, why? You've like lost all this weight, you look amazing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they don't realise how far they've come.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes you need to kind of like give yourself a bit of positive comment, a bit of positive
100%.
feedback. Like sit back and go, I'm doing well. Like if you've got kids, it's amazing you've got kids. You see what I mean? I've got 2 healthy kids, right? If you own your own house, I own my own house.
Yeah.
If you rent a house, not the end of the world. At least you've got a roof over your head. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like your job. It may not be the job you love, but it's still a job that earns you income.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like, you know, constantly positive reinforcing yourself.
Yeah.
So it may not be a job you actually love doing, but you've still got a job. But some people haven't got a job in this situation. You know, you get to go to the gym. You know, if you do something good, reinforce the fact that you do it good. You know, say in your head, you don't have to say it out loud because you look like an absolute weirdo, but just say in your head, you know, I done well today. I did this well, I did that well. Like reflect on things you did well, because most people reflect on all the negatives all the time.
Exactly, you kind of sit down in your bed at night and think, oh, you know, I did this wrong, did that wrong, whereas actually you need to flip that round. Because I think it affects your sleep massively. If you go to bed and think to yourself, oh, you know, I did this, and this, your sleep quality is going to be amazing because you're going to be reflecting on that subconsciously while you're sleeping. You're going to wake up in a hell of a good mood. Yeah. Whereas if you go to yourself, kicking yourself in the teeth because you know, you did something negative during the day, or you know, something that's going to move you further away from where you're going, then you're going to have a bad sleep. You'll probably have a nightmare. You're probably going to get up in the night, toss and turn, all that kind of stuff. So it's like it's a ball rolling effect, isn't it? Of course.
I'd say, right, me and Bex never argue, ever, right? But she's just patient. That's why we don't argue.
I don't think I've ever heard you come to me or anyone saying, oh yeah, me and Bex fell out.
Massive, yeah.
Never.
But the only reason we don't argue is because she's just good, right? Whereas I could argue, right? Anyway, we had one disagreement once, right? Like we had disagreements the day before, but like not arguments. But it was at night, couldn't sleep.
Exactly.
Oh, drive me insane. Yeah. And you know when you just want to squash it, but you're too stubborn to let it go. So the thing
like
is,
yeah,
but the thing is, if you just let it go, right, you'll have a good night's sleep. Yeah. It just goes to show, like that. You know, imagine doing that every single like day or every single week
with yourself. Or it could be with someone else, but it could be with yourself as well. You know, people try to stray away from it, but when you're sitting there, you can talk to yourself in your head, can you?
Yeah, of course
you
can.
Talk to yourself all the time, like. Yeah. So in turn, you can have arguments with yourself. You can tell yourself that you're bad. But on the flip side, if you can tell yourself negative things, you can tell yourself positive things as well, and that's what we're saying. Yeah.
Positive reinforcement every single day. So I think that's it. Like, all I want to say is that...
Just check the Facebook comments.
Oh yeah, we want to recap a minute, and we want to go say to everyone that you're always going to get negative comments. You're going to get people that are going to pull you down. You're going to get people that are going to say this about you and that about you. And you've got to accept it, right? Some are going to get more than others. And if you're going to put yourself on... some people aren't going to put themselves on a pedestal, as a pedestal as such.
Pedestal, yeah.
Yeah, some people are going to put themselves on a pedestal because some people just want to go to the gym to get a bit healthier and fitter. But the thing is, those people are watching you, and some people don't like other people succeeding and doing well. And you have to understand that, and don't take it personally. Accept that person made that comment. If you're happy, you know you're not affecting anyone else. You're in your journey and you're growing positively, and you can see the journey you're going on. Absolutely great. Stick in your lane. Keep focusing on positive reinforcement. Keep saying good things about yourself. Maybe meet new friends. If you go to the gym, you're going to meet new people from the gym, for example. Yeah. If you come to a coaching plan like ourselves, you're going to meet new people that are on the same journey as you. And I think that's a great way to actually link up with those outside the classes and go on that journey together. And you've got your friends that will always be your friends, but on this new journey, you've got this new bunch of people that you can join with as well.
Exactly, and it's you're who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
I can't remember who said it. It's in that 60-minute diary, but you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around with. So you're just the average 6th person. So have a look at who you surround yourself with, and 3 of them may be good, positive, happy people that are doing well, all this kind of stuff, and 2 of the people might not. That means that you're going to be sitting about a mid-level. What you want to do is try and surround yourself with that people are going to boost you up, that people are going to make you happy, people are going to reinforce the things that you do. Because I think it's so crude nowadays. We're all in a society where it's like, oh, he loves himself or she loves herself because she takes a photo of herself, or she says good things about herself. Well, actually, you should be doing that. I don't see that. Yeah. I don't see why people think that you shouldn't be doing that. You should be happy within yourself and who you are. And if you want to do that, share the win.
Yeah.
Share that new, share the fact that you fit into a smaller dress size, or share the fact that you've won a certificate, whatever it is. Don't be afraid to do that. I think it's horrible that we're taught not to do that nowadays.
Do you ever share swimming badges or not?
Swimming badges?
Yeah.
I can't swim, mate.
Can you really?
I can keep my head above the water.
Really?
That's about it, yeah.
What,
I'm so bad at swimming.
You've not got the 10-metre swim badge?
10-metre swim badge, what's that?
When you're a kid? No, you do. I'll get him out. I'll draw him out one day.
I can do a backflip in the sea.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. That ain't any good if you can't swim out the sea, is it? When you're drowning. Yeah. Hey, I hope everyone enjoyed that one. And that's a brand new show from us. And like I just said, keep focusing, keep grinding away. November is a tough month, right? It's probably one of the toughest months in terms of fitness and health. Yeah. And I'd say December is just as tough, right? November, December for me, in terms of fitness and what I see, and over the years I've done it, it's probably the hardest grind for people. However, January, February, March is always the best months.
So a head start.
If you can focus on just doing consistent things November and December, even if you're just turning up, doing 50% sessions, tracking 50% of your nutrition, tracking 50% of your workouts, maybe doing morning routine, 4 days out of 7, it's still better than nothing at all, okay? The whole point is never give up, never stop, because as soon as you stop, you're going backwards, all right? It's the stupidest thing you could ever do, right?
You said to me once, you're either going forwards or you're backwards, there's no middle ground, is there?
You might as well, right? It's like, for example, you work up to get the car, and all of a sudden, you just drive the car off a cliff. That's how stupid it sounds. Because you've got the physique and the health, and then you're literally just going to throw it away.
Because you come complacent.
Because it's November, December. It's a month. It doesn't make any difference. Like November's the same as June. It's just not as bright and as sunny.
It is hard, isn't it? You're right.
It's a grind.
Dark nights, dark mornings. It's wet. It's windy. It's cold. There's not much greenery around, is there? But
again, what we're saying now, we're saying dark, cold thingy. What we should be saying instead is, it's nice because it's cosy. Do you know what I mean? You get in front of the fire. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is get a workout in early, and I can chill in the evening, read a book. That's what I'm saying. The whole mindset shift, isn't it? That's the thing. Get up earlier because it's brighter earlier.
Just expose me there. We'll end it there, shall we?
Yeah. Hey, have a good one, everyone. See you all soon.